feel, let me ask you this just before we start. Do you feel there's anything you haven't done?
I'm sure there's a lot that I'm going to still do. I got a lot of ideas kicking around in my head.
But I do feel you've done, I feel you've done a lot.
Yeah, well, I started tattoo when I was I started getting tattooed when I was 14, just a bunch of punk kids in my mom's basement, tattooing each other. By the time I was 17, I started tattooing. Right out of high school, I got invited to tattoo in a professional studio, so they kind of...
In Ohio?
Yeah, right there in Columbus, Ohio, actually. So I got started pretty young. Had a lot of friends that were just, I guess, punk rock, didn't care, let me experiment on them, you know, kind of take that leap. And it actually allowed me to, I guess, advance quicker too, you know. I was so scared to mess up on your friends when they're trusting on you. But once I got into a studio, you know, a lot of things, start meeting a lot of tattoo artists. The guy that I was tattooing for at the time, Tim Miller, he was hitting conventions at that time, which was completely, I mean, that was Easy Rider shows back then.
Bikers.
Yeah, you know, more biker oriented. Not a lot of, I don't want to say fine art, but not as advanced as it is. I continue to work a lot of conventions too over the years, you know, and seeing the rights and seeing the wrongs. And that's when I started getting the idea with Hell City, putting together the Hell City Tattoo Fest. And with that, I tried to take the things that I saw were wrong with other shows. Either electric wasn't ran, you know, trash cans, wasn't geared towards the artists. And that's what I tried to make right. You know, try to make it a comfortable environment for the tattoo artists and the attendees as well, you know. There's a lot of other things that I'm doing now too. You know, I sold both my studios to focus more on the Hell City Tattoo Fest. And it's allowed it to grow, you know. It's kind of taking the stress off too. It's like my tattoo studio for 3 days out of the year now. But there's other things that I'm getting into now too. We're working on the pint-sized paintings book, the miniature paintings by big artists, clothing line, flash sets, line drawings. It's kind of expanded into a line there. Out of nowhere, you know, local band playing Bosstones, listened to them forever.
And he said, "Hey Durb, I want to get a tattoo."
Durb, what a fucking bulldog. But you know, I mean, we just clicked. I think a lot of that's, you know, clicking with your clients too is going to be, it's going to make you more successful rather than, you know, shutting yourself out. So if you're open to ideas, you're friendly, respectful to the people that are in front of you, that presents new opportunities. And one of those was doing the Warp, the entire line of clothing for the Bosstones for the Warp Tour. I forget what year that was. And I also did their most recent album, Jackknife to a Swan. It's the Superman hair. That's what they wanted. But I went right out, you know, I mean, as with anything, if I see opportunity in it, I think it's going to be a positive thing, I try to jump on it and do my best.